I'm obviously much shorter than Amelia, so I need to take the mic down. So hello, I'm Charlotte Presta. I'm the mother of Héloïse, if we can... ok, super. I'm the mother of Héloïse. She lives with Angelman syndrome, and you will all agree she's gorgeous. And the first thing we've done with my husband when we got the diagnosis is to come to a FAST gala. And obviously it was like, as Stephanie said, like very much amazing to see like all the research going on. And then we came back to France, and then we see people who do not speak English. Because like all of you that came to France know that French people doesn't speak English. So the first thing we needed to do is create FAST France, which was done in 2019, and then we started educating French people in French about what the science is about, what Angelman syndrome is about, and what was going on the research. So this is something we've done with a lot of social media, with a website, and one of the videos I wanted to show you is something we've done for the International Angelman Day, which reached more than 100,000 people across France. So obviously you will see the video in English, but it was originally done in French. So if we can play the video, do I need to press something? Shoot.
Shall I read you a story, darling?
No, not tonight.
No story tonight? That'd be a first. Usually you're the one begging me to read one.
Tonight I would like you to explain to me again why Lily doesn't talk and has trouble walking.
Do you remember that Lily has a rare disorder called Angelman syndrome since she was born?
Yes, but why does she have this condition?
Do you see your body?
Well, yes.
It's made up of cells. In fact, everything in our body is made up of cells. Skin, muscles, bones, heart, brain. These cells are very, very small, but they are alive. They breathe, eat, and produce energy. They work as mini factories.
Do we have lots of those cells?
Billions of them. But let's take a closer look to understand Lily's problem, shall we?
Okay.
Do you see all those little things that look like walls? They're called chromosomes. You can see them if you look at a cell with a super magnifying glass like a microscope.
There are lots of them.
There are exactly 23 of them, and each of them have two parts. One part that comes from the dad, and one part that comes from the mom.
And what are they for, those walls?
Well, the walls, they're bricks to be more precise, are the ones that provide the building plan for all of the cells in our body.
And what do they produce, those cells?
They produce proteins, which are essential for the life of the whole body. Look at all those people working here. As I said, it's like a mini factory.
Hey, but it looks like there's some kind of problem here.
Yes, that's Angelman syndrome. Do you see that brick? This is the UBE3A brick.
That's a weird name.
Yes, and in Lily's case, this brick has a problem on its building plan. As a result, the cell cannot produce some of the proteins. They are either not produced, or produced in small quantities, or they are produced but with a defect. That explains all the problems of your sister.
Ah, that's why. I understand better now.
What I've just explained to you is very complicated. Anyway, Lily is wonderful, and we love her as she is.
Oh, yes, Lily. She has the most beautiful smile in the world.
Well, it's time for you to go to sleep. Good night, sweetheart. Shall I read you a story, darling?
No, not.
Shall I read?
And I would like to thank some of the voice, which are actually voice of Fastable. So thank you. So the second thing, while we have educating people, was really like to make sure that we bring these clinical trials back to, in France. So we are very lucky because in France we have first a very engaged community, and second we have like centers of excellence with capabilities in terms of facilities, but also clinicians. I'd like to thank Nadia Baybisson, who is here with us today. The second thing is also, again, translating, because like we've discussed a lot about endpoints, scales, etc., but all of this needs to be in French in order to do the clinical trial. So it's the second thing we've done, and luckily we should have very soon some clinical trials for 2023 in France. And last thing, but we know it's all about money. It's really like to start fundraising, and we just like literally launched our first CAN campaign in France. So more to come, obviously, on that path, and there will be not enough money anyway. So I would like to thank all the Angelman syndrome community in France and all the people that really helped us build FAST in France and who are following us. Thank you.